So I wanted to share with everybody that I've switched. I went ahead and I got myself my first ever gaming PC, and I'm sharing right here my experience so far. It's been interesting, to say the least. Is it what I expected? Kind of. I mean, I knew I would be giving myself a much better platform for the channel. I knew it would give me quite a boost in terms of having a much higher quality and easier way of editing the videos and getting those videos out quicker. Let me try and explain things from the beginning in the best way I can. Since I started the channel, I knew I would have to get a high performance PC at some stage in order to progress and evolve my whole idea. I mean, my channel on YouTube. However, my thoughts were that I would get it much further down the line once I actually started making some actual money. Now, very quickly, it became obvious to me that to evolve properly, I would need it much sooner. And don't get me wrong, you can definitely do it with very little equipment, or in other words, with subpar equipment or basic equipment. I mean, so far, up until this point, I have used a very standard laptop, my PlayStation 4, and a 128GB USB pen drive to move files from the PlayStation to the laptop. And then I'd use Sony Vegas to edit the files and create a video. That's how I learnt about this whole YouTube universe. It wasn't easy to learn, but I stuck with it. And obviously I am still very, very new to this whole thing. And every day I learn a massive amount of new stuff. So anyway, the issue with using subpar equipment is that it's very slow. The CPU and the GPU in the laptop they just aren't built for this sort of thing. So editing was pretty much the biggest challenge I had. It was very slow and it was very choppy. Then having to record on the PS4 and then transferring to the laptop was also a chore. The whole process is just very difficult to maintain once you become knowledgeable enough when it comes to the whole process and mechanics of content creation on YouTube. So then one of my work colleagues mentioned to me that he was quite keen on purchasing a gaming PC, and he was researching and looking into the whole spectrum of information to do with gaming CPUs and GPUs, etc. This most definitely sparked something within me. It was one of those moments where you just kind of know, this is what I need to do. It's like it was meant to be. I then spent around about 3 or 4 weeks doing my own research, learning about parts and equipment, watching videos of people building their own PCs and reviews, comparing all the GPUs and the CPUs and so on and so forth. And that was it. Once you go into that world, it sucks you in. I mean, for me, tech is just so interesting. I'm a huge geek when it comes to tech. Once everything started making sense, I became more and more addicted to the knowledge. So yeah, I basically went ahead and purchased the best gaming PC I could based on all the research that I had done. So this is what I've got. The motherboard is an MSI B450M Pro-M2, which, to be fair, will probably be the first or the second thing that I'll have to upgrade. I also went with the AMD Ryzen 7 2700X CPU because, well, you'll know exactly why if you're into this sort of stuff. The GPU was definitely the hardest because I really wanted the NVIDIA 2060 Super, but it's so expensive. So I decided on the NVIDIA GTX 1660 Super. The PC comes with an SSD 248GB and a 1TB Barracuda hard drive, which I'll use as storage, and I will definitely upgrade the SSD as soon as I can. The mouse was an easy one. I went with the Razer DeathAdder Elite, and it is awesome. Keyboard is the Corsair K55, the membrane, which is pretty awesome as well. It's a budget one, but it's an awesome gaming keyboard. Oh, and I did not get a monitor. I will do later on. I am currently using a Sony Bravia 32-inch 60Hz smart TV, as I already had that and it was just laying around, so it's now being put to good use. I mean, in the end, I couldn't be more happy with the setup. I didn't know what to expect, but it works beautifully. I haven't had any issues with any games or performance. It's so much more than I expected. One thing's for sure, getting used to playing with mouse and keyboard is definitely quite the task. It's such a different experience. Shooting games feel a lot more natural when you use a mouse. There's no question or doubt in my mind. And I definitely feel like I've been missing out using controllers. So there you have it. I upgraded to PC, and I truly hope this allows me to improve and expand my idea. After all, if you're not moving forward, you're either standing still or moving backwards. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye for now.